The following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 14 of the Hallmark of Greatness podcast. A podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of all the Hallmark, Lifetime, straight-to-TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me are two work colleagues. Usually I take something from last week's film, but I don't want to talk about that again, so it's Joe Higgins.
Yeah, the sooner we can all just burn that out of our memories collectively, the better. Whatever you said there about me, I would sue you.
I know. And he's currently in the process of moving himself and his family to a safe house after claiming to own the rights to Stonehenge and trying to wrongfully sell it to Mark Zuckerberg. It's Craig Lowe.
Hey, anything for a penny. It's fine. Zuckerberg can afford it. He can afford the loss.
As always, if you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark of Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, Instagram at Hallmark of Greatness, or if you'd like to get in touch with any recommendations or thoughts or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. Also find us on Facebook by searching Hallmark of Greatness. Hello, Joe, and hello, Craig.
Hello there, Anthony.
On a very rainy, dreary bank holiday.
Awful.
Yes,
it's a lovely category hurricane too over.
I'll check my flag. I'll check my flag status first, and hopefully there's some high quality TV graphics of the fastest hurricane in the world.
We're going to, of course, talk about this week's film, Stranded in Paradise. I honestly think that's the best link I've ever done for that.
It was almost like we planned it, yeah.
I know. Stranded in Paradise.
2014 Stranded in Paradise, featuring our first returning superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar actress, quote unquote.
Not the best.
In Vanessa Marcil, star of episode 1's
Convenient Groom. She's back, and she's took at least one acting lesson between then and now.
Really? I thought she just showed up for the 10-minute taster at the start, grabbed a donut and left.
Oh, it was fine. I enjoyed this.
I thought it was fine.
It was on. I didn't actively hate it like last week.
No, Christ, no.
So
I don't think that's possible.
We open. Oh no, sorry.
No, Chris.
Synopsis is.
Yeah.
It's your turn to do it this week.
So difficult.
Hell, Joe.
Right. See, unfortunately, I wrote my synopsis after having watched the film. So I feel like it kind of swayed me a little bit. Stranded in Paradise. Helen Paradis, like Vanessa Paradis, runs a successful travel agency for singles who, due to a series of comedic mix-ups involving her overly friendly assistant, ends up on one of her own holidays. There she meets rugged cowboy/brain surgeon Chip, who teaches her that it's not her own success that matters and that she lives her life specifically for him. Boo!
Still a better movie than what we got.
It's basically what we got.
Craig?
Based on the poster, I have got a carpenter and a businesswoman fall in love after being shipwrecked on a desert island and spend their days drinking coconuts and talking to volleyballs.
It's good. I'd have watched that. There is only one coconut drink in this as well, which I was sad about.
Massive one as well.
Yeah.
It was a double hander.
No, she's just very, very small.
Oh, yeah. Stranded in Paradise. When a driven HR exec loses her high-powered job, she travels to Puerto Rico in an attempt to save her career at a business conference. But as the trip quickly becomes a disaster and a hurricane shuts down the whole island, she meets a handsome world traveller who gives her a new perspective on finding passion in love and life. It says in life and love, but never mind.
I mean, yes. Fine. That's basically, you don't need to
watch the film
because that tells you everything about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good news.
A lot of filler.
So much filler. The trailer this week is about 35 seconds long, so open your ear pipes.
Will Smith, yeah.
A Hallmark Channel original movie premiere.
This is actually happening. I've been fired.
When you lose everything.
Don't cancel my trip to Puerto Rico.
You're free to do anything.
Why don't you think about what you want to do instead of what you ought to do?
Vanessa Marcil, James Denton, Don't miss the Hallmark Channel original movie,
I took a leap of faith!
Stranded in Paradise. An all-new premiere, Saturday night at 9 on Hallmark Channel, the heart of TV.
I'm sorry, that voiceover is literally Trey Parker from South Park doing his Rob Schneider.
Derpa derpa.
Vanessa Marcil is.
Listen to that. It makes you realise just how little emotion she has when she's acting.
Yeah, the whole,
That
I
first
made a leap
line
of
then.
faith. I was like...
That first line for me was, yep, that just happened. I got fired. All right, you can sound a little bit either down or whatever it is you're going to be about it. Just one line all the way.
I think it also reveals how little plot they had when they arrived at Puerto Rico airport with their camera crew and no script and went, shit, what are we going to do?
We'll just do lots of location shots.
Yeah, they were nice location shots.
Oh,
Again,
very pretty
I will always watch these things for the interesting scenery and things.
Yeah.
I had to go and check that it was actually filmed there, and it
It
I
was,
assume it was, yeah.
Well, you never know with these. They sometimes just go to Miami, well, and like try and convince
gave
you
it-
otherwise.
But for a big city, it's easy to convey somewhere else. For a nice beachside.
No, you knew it was.
Finger.
You knew it was the right place because there was that 10-minute interlude in the old town where it was literally a 10-minute infomercial for it. It was literally a history lesson. That's how they got permission to shoot there. You have to put 10 minutes in.
Of just history of things about
History
about
of the
horse
town.
genocide, yeah.
Laughing at someone jumping off a cliff. Brilliant.
Death. We open up with the standard Hallmark
Funky music.
aerial
Drone
shots.
shot. And knock off Sweet Home Alabama again.
Exactly
It
what
was that. That's what I got down. Yes.
I was like, Russ Howard III, who did the music for this film, you are skating close to the wind there, my friend. Because if I was Lynyrd Skynyrd, I'd be suing you.
Well, initially I thought, well, this must be in Alabama.
No,
The shots didn't look it. Yeah, I know that now. The shots never looked like Alabama. I thought, this is wrong.
We've vanilla-iced this under pressure and just added a note and called it our own.
It was, yeah,
Shameless.
it was.
Did we check what this was called afterwards or not?
What
As in the
music
song.
was-
Did they...
I can
he
find
announce
out
it was-
because I have got a bit about Russ Howard III, the most prolific film scorer in the world, it would appear, having done about 27 films in 1 year.
Yeah, I can lift a classic rock album off the shelf and just turn that in as my score.
You know, when the credits at the end, it comes
me
up with
get
what
to-
music was used. I'm just wondering if it says knock off.
I can tell you now. Give me
Should've
2
really done this
seconds
myself.
when it gets to... Oh, no, hang on a minute. I don't think it's got a music section.
I'll have a look.
It doesn't have a music section.
Bear with me. Well, we'll keep talking and I'll find it.
Details. I've got details, box office, specs. It doesn't have
All
soundtrack.
right, I'll get the film up and get to the end of it to see if it does
I
say
mean,
it.
all right, if you want to do that.
I'm curious.
I wouldn't be.
We have, obviously, the funky music and city shots, and a very classic now of a montage of someone either cooking or getting ready for work. And
Get ready for work.
Yeah.
Puts all their clothes in 3-piece order.
Because that's what people do.
I don't know. I've worn the same black trousers for the past 27 years. of my
Hey,
life.
not on a Friday, Joe.
Well, apart from, well, he does wear action trousers later on as well, which made me chuckle. Yeah, of her getting ready, drinking her coffee. For a while, I thought it was a bloke, to be honest.
The hands were very...
Yeah, I think they were just filmed afterwards, like with the food cooking scenes in the Amish film, where it was like they just cooked in bloke hand, lady hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we meet our heroine of this film. I don't know, Tess Nelson.
Dr. Kate.
Dr. Kate, yeah.
Short for Testicle Nelson. Who works at Connor.com.
I know.
So he'll be happy about that.
Yeah.
Place
If you're listening,
the
Connor,
name of
it
the
was for you.
script if ever I saw one.
Which is a online retailer, we find out.
Is that what it was? I've completely...
Oh, I don't actually know what it was either,
aware
yeah.
of what the business was.
He briefly says it. What's he called? Len or whatever. The new
Len
guy.
Connor, yeah.
He briefly says we are an online retailer, and I'm like, well, why have you got such a corporate structure like this? It's very, very strange.
Yeah. I also think it's...
Business. He's in the business of business.
We meet Tess's assistant, Aaron,
Oh, you got the names. Well done.
which I thought was a boy's name, but
Unless it was Erin. Was it actually Aaron?
could be. Who had the biggest, stariest eyes of anyone, but fills in that classic assistant role of being sort of maniacally happy constantly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I made no notes about any of these characters because knowing these films, they would not feature until the final 5 minutes again.
And you're not a million miles away from that. She has a meeting with someone who she then fires because they're downsizing or streamlining or some other nonsense.
Restructuring.
Yeah. But she's like, I will keep an eye out for you because I'm such a nice person.
I don't think I've ever come across a job where the person firing me goes, but I'll keep an ear out for you. And if I hear of any jobs, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, she was only firing her because she had. It wasn't her decision to fire her, I guess.
No, it was evil Len Connor.
It was evil Len Goodman.
She says that was the hardest one today, implying that she fired multiple people that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't see them.
We don't need to see them.
She's just been chopping necks, yeah.
The music does not appear at the end of the credits.
No, I didn't think it would, to be honest. I think because basically, if they write down what it is, they would be open for suing.
Right,
they go, that sounds like... They go, no, what are you talking about?
No. Look over there, and then run.
Tess is busy, though, and she's very good at her job because she helps someone who wears a bow tie in this day and age that isn't a stage magician.
I've got bow tie written down in capital letters.
I don't know.
Quite a dramatic overactor, wasn't he?
He was very thingy, but he gets a stand-up desk, which will help with his sciatica. And then, she's good at her job because she says things like percentage and budget.
I put, she's very liked as a manager and knows what she's doing, or seems to know what she's doing. And then I wrote, well, what's that like? Having a manager.
All right, let's not make this personal.
All right, Neil.
But she's like the head of HR.
Yes.
Which I don't know why.
What a sexy job role we've given our lead character.
But why are all these people coming to her with problems like percentages and budgets then? Because that's not in her remit of skills, surely. The stand-up desk, yes, because that's to do with health and safety and stuff, which falls under human resources, I'm guessing. But
I don't know. I also didn't think you could just remove the HR department. I thought that was illegal.
He was, spoilers.
It was subcontract somebody in.
Outsourcing it to someone to come in and do it like once a month. So like to come in and open the complaints box and go through that. I think that's what it was.
And she can apply for it if she wants. She'll be
she was supposed to be getting, there was talk of her getting a promotion because she's been there for 15 years. That didn't happen because new guy took over. It sounds like his dad owned the company and he's now taken over.
Yeah. No one says what happened to this dad because this would be the sort of thing where he must be dead because otherwise the son would be asking for advice and going, I fired this person. Oh, you idiot! Why?
Yeah, she was brilliant.
Knows all the secret. She knows she knows where all the bodies are buried.
She password protected everything. We're screwed without her.
So she gets let go and she's not happy about this. She goes to meet her mum.
Again, a classic Hallmark scene where you go to the parents.
Her mum, who is a fucking nutter. I'm sorry to swear, but she's an absolute psychopath. She's like, your father left and I work 3 jobs and I'm a horrible person, so you should be as well. And I'm like,
that's what I've read down. Her mum's a bit of a dick.
Also, you're about 8 years older than her.
Yeah, his group didn't look great.
To be right, actually, no. In all honesty, there's 21 years difference between the two of them.
Really?
Yeah, I did some looking up on it. Yeah,
she was Ferris Bueller's mom, I think. In her acting credits, she's Ferris Bueller's mom in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Born in 1947, and Tess is born in 1968. So there is.
In my head, I had them about 5-6 years apart. So.
There can't be that much difference between the
one. Either looks very good for her age, on one looks.
Yeah, I'm not here to point fingers.
Yeah, that's something good.
Also, in this restaurant, someone is playing a drunk ukulele in the background.
I didn't notice.
That was just Her mum's an absolute monster.
Tells her to take charge.
So she goes back into work where she's just been fired.
It says, keep my trip to Puerto Rico.
Hangs around in the toilet for some reason.
Yeah.
In the toilet cubicle and stands on the toilet to hand her card to her assistant, Aaron.
Credit card, yeah. But this also looks like
in the toilet?
But it looks like quite a proper business where you probably have to swipe in to get into the building.
I would imagine there will be security.
So if she's already been allowed into the building, she's no reason to then hide out in the toilets. At fear of being seen, because all it'd do is flag up somewhere else that, Tessa's come back into the building, I wonder why. But no, she's hiding in the damn toilets.
I just need to have a wee.
Yeah.
On the 3rd floor. Because they're my special toilets.
Oh yeah, she hands a credit card to the assistant and says, keep my planned trip to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. because she's going to the American Human Resources Alliance conference. That's good, isn't it? That's a thing.
Why do I feel like the writer of this film hadn't ever done any other films but was an HR person beforehand? And someone told him, write what you know.
So she packs to leave.
The neatest suitcase packing I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, that's not lasting the case standing up. As soon as you tilt that, everything's going to clump down to the bottom and be creased. Nonsense.
Packing expert Craig here, who not only packs like pre-packs to check that everything fits in.
Pre-packs.
Test pack.
That was it. Yes, that's not a thing that any normal.
The old 6 months beforehand test pack, then the 3 months beforehand test pack.
But while she's packing, she's put on some Jules Holland's Boogie Woogie classics in the background as well.
You were paying attention to the music in this one, Joe.
After the Sweet Home Alabama at the start, I was like, I want to see how many more of these he sneaks in, because he's clearly phoning this in, isn't he? She gets a taxi to the airport.
Pointless tyre change scene.
It serves no purpose.
The taxi gets a flat tyre. We see the scene where the taxi man changes the tyre for no reason.
Nope. I think it's to show
other than that she might be slightly late.
There's a run of bad luck.
It's a run of bad luck, and also because this film is just barely 80 minutes, we need to pad it out because it would sit at 70 without most of this.
Yes.
It was 89 minutes.
Yeah, it's just under, but you had this, you had the tour.
I must have seen a shorter version because mine only lasted 1 hour 22.
Oh no, it was 89.
1 hour 28 it should have been. It should have been just under 9 minutes.
We might have an extra scene,
that might be credits. They might be counting them.
Yeah, I was going to say, that might be credits at the end because the YouTube video I watched just cut off as it fed to black.
It's got One Division style credits.
Yeah, of her and what's he called? Carter, just realising that they're horrible for each other and realising they've thrown their lives away for no reason.
He's still going to the Philippines. Anyway.
Yay.
He's not going to the Philippines. They're going to hang around and dance with that band that only know one song.
We'll get to that fucking band in a minute.
She leaves her purse in the taxi.
She leaves
her phone, sorry.
Phone in the taxi and then goes through security and they leave her shoe, which is not a thing that happens.
You put them in a tray, they go through the thing at the same time as you.
But getting out of the taxi, the first thing you do is the classic phone keys wallet.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would not. You also, but you still look in and go, have I left anything?
Yeah.
There's my phone on the seat.
It wasn't like it had fallen down the back of the seats or anything. It was
on the seat.
Yeah. The TSA agent, clearly terrible at their job because they're like, we don't give a shit where your shoes have gone.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Get on with it. Move out the way.
She should have noticed a phone was missing at this point as well because you have to remove your phone and put it in separately in a separate tray when you go through TSA. Yes. So at that point, she should have realised, oh yeah, my phone's not there. But
also, she had far too much liquid in that thing. When she was decanting, they wouldn't let you through with that. It's like 5 fluid ounces, isn't it? That was like a litre of shower gel she was taking.
Right, and then we get
she gets on
the plane.
On the plane.
Oh, yeah, she's the worst passenger ever. Fucking hated her. Absolutely hated her.
What we presume is going to be Hunky Hunk, and she just starts abusing him for sitting in her seat.
Well, no, first of all, he helps her out by reaching up to put her bag in the overhead locker.
Yep.
And then he sits down and she goes, move the fuck out of my seat.
And again, I don't know what airline that is, but all that baggage looked far too big to be carry-on for me.
Yeah, it depends. Technically, I think it's an internal flight.
Technically, it's Puerto Rico's territory, isn't it?
It's territory, isn't it? So,
which we'll get onto later regarding passports.
Yes. One of the reviews was like, "This doesn't make sense."
I was like, that's all right, I wrote down. She tries to steal his seat and is adamant that it's her seat because it's a window seat. She needs to sit
next to the window so she can fall asleep against the window.
Yeah.
Which I don't know because like planes have a slight vibration to them because of the engine.
People can fall asleep wherever. So.
No, but surely resting your head against that would give you like brain damage.
No, not that much.
I don't know.
But it's also not that. I don't think it's that long a flight. I've not looked, but from Denver to Puerto Rico, it's not that long.
No, she sets off at night and it's daylight, so they must have gone around the world once. So
yeah, she tries to steal his seat, and it turns out she's sat in the one behind. And then, so she's already wrong with that. And then she realizes she's lost her phone, so stands up to get it from a bag, even though the plane's about to take off. And they keep telling her, no, just please sit down, we'll get your phone in a minute. And she's like, no, I need to get it. Like she's some kind of...
big shot.
Yeah, and it really bugged me.
Change your name from Tess to Karen.
Yeah.
And then an old lady just talks at her.
Yeah.
For no reason.
We missed an obvious joke here as well. He should have tilted his seat back and got right in her face.
Yeah.
Just to be that full stop on a shitty day.
She lands,
We get some Puerto Rico music, I
and you
thought.
can tell it's Puerto Rico because some kind of music is playing.
World music is playing in the airport.
Yep. She waits for her luggage. It doesn't arrive, but an empty pet carrier comes round. So someone's cat's gone missing as well. So this is like the worst airport ever.
Foreshadowing TV is playing on the monitors that lets you know that there is a storm incoming.
Yeah.
Oh, tell a lie.
And I'm like, how has she had this much bad luck? Has she touched a magpie or like angered a gypsy or something recently? Because it's very drag me to hell at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, it's over 7.5 hours, the flight from Denver to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, further than I thought.
Still, don't need a kip, do you?
It can't be going through that many time zones, though.
I think it's the same one. Or maybe one time zone change.
She's setting off in daylight and she's landing in daylight. It's not a red eye. She's fine. She don't need sleep. Lazy cow.
Well, she goes to claim. She buys some flip flops, which is nice. I always like that because that was needed to be shown.
I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to be in Puerto Rico because in that scene where she is getting the flip flops, she scrolls it around and there's just a side that's fridge magnets with Puerto Rico written on it. I was like, this is how we're getting around it not being in Puerto Rico. We're just having some flags in the background.
Someone's been on holiday and brought all the fridge magnets back.
Have you gone past the scene where they both lost bags?
No, this is it now. But then she gets
No, we're getting to it now.
Where does she buy the flip-flops?
in the gift shop.
In the airport.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. My apologies.
And he introduces himself to Carter McConnell, who...
I put non-union Lance Armstrong.
I don't think I got any. Oh, I only got one non-union, and he's like a minor character.
I got. He looked like Lance Armstrong to me.
I spent the entire episode thinking he was from Gilmore Girls.
No,
Before realising, no, he was from the other one.
Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives.
Yep. Carter McConnell, whose luggage has also gone missing.
Bags are in Boston. I wish I was in Boston.
Okay, why don't you just marry Boston?
I'd love to.
And they both get we'll deliver it to your hotel tomorrow when it arrives. Here's a $20 voucher, which you could have used to buy the flip-flops if she'd have thought about it. Really?
Yeah.
Saved yourself.
She didn't know that she was getting a freebie out of it.
They have a fight over a taxi.
Again, she was horrible. She was just awful at this point. I got here first. Well, he went through the proper procedure.
Yeah, he spoke
of
to
going to the taxi rank and
the Wrangler or whatever they call it.
Yeah, so I got here first. Shut up. Go away.
This did give me my only genuine lull of the film when they both get into the taxi and he literally turns to her and goes, "Well, I guess we both have a window seat now."
Yeah, that was pretty. That was.
And I genuinely lulled at that point. I was like, brilliant.
That was
really improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're driven to the Hotel Paradiso.
Yeah, they stayed at the same hotel, which, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, they did make one comment. I hope it's. I'm sure it should be fixed by now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fixed by now.
So we get there, and she speaks to the best person in this film,
Louis,
concierge / bagman / he does everything.
Receptionist.
Receptionist. Never sleeps. Does Louis? He just exists on. And then there's all sorts of antics with plastic sheeting falling on his head and stuff. But he does call her Senor Tess at one point. Yeah, which made me chuckle.
Well, her reservation's been cancelled by
Evil Connor.
No, it wasn't by him.
Connor.
Thinking about it, because he was called Len Connor. She kept saying to someone like Jack Jackson or something.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she said it a few times.
I wasn't paying that close attention.
It only occurred to me now that we know the name of the thing.
It's on his desk for a long time. Did Len?
He's called Len. Yeah, I'll.
Les. Len or Les. Yeah.
But
been fired from the company. Of course, your reservation has been cancelled.
Yeah. They do say that the construction is going to happen only at night.
Which is the one time you wouldn't want it to happen.
Insane.
During the day when I'm out looking at where the horses were murdered. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's all they saw, that they could have the fire later on at night time.
I think it might be like a Clerks thing where they could only film in there at
Night time.
Their bags get delivered the next morning by Lewis, who, in a classic Lewis mix-up, delivers them to the wrong room.
He's a funny
How inconvenient that they have the exact same suitcase and the exact same dints and stickers and things like that.
They were different suitcases.
Clearly different than the other one. Yeah. But I've just put that Carter is clearly going to try all her bras on before he sends it back round in it.
Also, no padlock on those suitcases. Not very good. Not very secure.
Person who keeps cancelling her reservations, by the way.
Go on.
is Jeff Jackson. It's Bowtie.
Oh, okay. So he's just
Bowtie
doing the
he was the accountant, wasn't he?
Right,
He's the
okay.
accountant. He can't do anything right.
Yeah, he's the one who kept cancelling reservations.
that makes-
She just keeps saying Jeff Jackson.
She goes to the North American Human Resources Alliance conference.
Sold out, not a thing.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
never selling out that conference.
Yeah, she offers to pay 4 times the amount.
Triple.
Is it triple?
Triple.
Triple the amount, yeah.
It just
Look.
shows that everyone in Puerto Rico is corrupt.
How many people were on like standby for this conference? Because it was only cancelled less than 24 hours earlier, her reservation, and suddenly
Yeah.
it's sold out. And then she gets in by paying triple.
Turns out the Ahara is a big scam.
Most definitely.
And then she can't get into any of the actual.
No, she goes, "Hello, Melissa. Who the fuck's Melissa? We've never met Melissa. We never see her again."
There's another girl as well.
Why
who
is she getting such a cold shoulder off everybody at this conference?
Because they all know she's been fired.
She's been fired.
The HR world, it's a close knit family. Everyone knows everything.
Also, I asked Harvey what it was called, and she said the fringe bit on the side of her head keeps changing sides throughout the film.
Yeah.
I wrote fringe flap because I didn't know what to call it. Apparently, just like curtains. I don't know.
Okay. But I don't understand. She can't get into any of the talks or the TED
full
talks. Yes. Also, there's a big security guard out of it.
Standing room only, mate, in case you try and sneak in and hear about like new advances in human resources.
What the hell?
It's also at this point in my notes, I've got 20 minutes in and nobody is stranded yet.
Nope. I mean,
Nobody's stranded ever. Actually, no one ever got stranded.
Yeah, because
No one is ever stranded.
For 24 hours,
She's
we
not-
couldn't get a
she's-
flight out.
mildly inconvenienced in paradise.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all it is.
Turns out networking is just walking about handing your cards to people. That's all you've got to do.
Yeah,
Like you don't
people
have to
who
chat to them or anything.
don't care.
No.
Or one guy who gets very close as she hands the card to him.
Yeah, there was several people.
And then walks off.
Just doesn't seem how you would do it. I don't know because I've never.
Well, it
done
isn't
sort of
because
thing.
they all just chucked him away. It looks like they all looked at
Yes.
the card and went, "Nope."
Trying to poison fish with him.
Yeah.
She goes and speaks to Frank, who is the non-union Patton Oswald. He's just like he's in one scene. And we never see him again.
Yeah.
But
I
that
thought,
was
are these going to be her
fun.
conference buddies?
Nope.
Was she not with?
Nope.
Was he not with Melissa or Daniela at that point?
Who's Daniela?
The
They
girl
were
who,
all wearing they were all
were
wearing
the
a
same thing.
variation of the same black and white dress. I lost complete.
in a minute, she'll go and try and get a lunch with Bill, and it's Daniela who comes and has a lunch with Bill instead.
Oh, okay.
We never see them again because
I must have missed
why put
all
that scene
that.
in?
So
No,
she
it's a
goes
point
and
of
is
scene.
sad on a wall near the beach.
Yeah. And then
Well,
she's
yeah.
a mad old woman.
The Puerto Rican equivalent of ice cream, which is just woman with a cat on a lead.
I put crazy lady with a cat on for
Henry.
a walk.
Henry the cat.
Yeah.
It's great. I liked her because she would say things like, as my late husband used to say,
That's all I've got
wherever you
written down.
go, there you are.
Her late husband has lots of sayings.
Yeah, but only she can speak them because she can't speak for herself. She has to live like his ghost lives through her. She also had a big hat on. I don't care for that.
Well, all right then.
Sorry.
Crazy cat lady tells her to go and enjoy her life, live it to its fullest, and other cliches.
And then Carter
we
does the
get-
same thing a minute later.
Oh, but between those two scenes, we get the most vital and most important scene of this entire film. I am, of course, talking about the 10-second scene where it cuts to her buying a book. And
Did you read the title of the book?
No, I didn't.
This is Meta Universe Hallmark. The title of the book, and I
This was
swear
a
to
convenient
God,
groom, I kill you.
no, it was better than that. The novel, the title of the novel was For Better or For Worse. So it's the novel version
Oh my
of
god!
the film from a couple of weeks ago
It's
that we
like
did.
you know in all the Pixar films.
Which Russ Howard III did the music for that film as well.
Right, so what we gather is this is like the Pixar universe where you get little clips of like
You get
Woody somewhere.
Pizza Planet truck in
And
every
Russ
shot.
Howard III is our John Ratzenberger.
Possibly, yes. Because he also did work on a lot of the other films that we've done as well. Convenient Groom. He must just only work exclusively with this lady. But yeah, it was the novelized version of that film.
Oh, I didn't spot that. Good spot.
Lord, beautiful.
Blew my mind.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, she says, she has a chat with. She's on
On a hammock,
in her business gear on a hammock with the big coconut.
which I want to
Giant coconut, yeah.
Carter tells her that she needs to relax.
There's a
enjoy
big info dump of stuff here. where it's like they get all the plot in
Would
and
it
then
not
they
even-
just go.
Would it not annoy you if people kept telling you to relax when you genuinely felt, because she thought she was relaxed? It's like that thing that when people tell you to smile, you're like, fuck off, no,
Yes,
leave me alone.
She was literally lying in a hammock on a beach.
Eating a giant drinking a giant coconut.
Drinking out of a giant coconut. You don't get much more relaxed.
But
That's
she
as
was in her
relaxed
She was wearing her
business
suits,
gear.
yeah.
She was in her. What's it? She says later on. She's like, "If you do business, you wear suits."
Really? Is that
Yeah,
what?
she says something like that. I
Yeah,
think
there is a line like that.
just after the horse murder bit. Yeah.
Don't think
So
I noticed. It looked like a
She
nice
buys
hammock.
a swimming costume and stuff, and goes and lies on the beach. Antics happen. Someone hits her with a beach ball. Someone puts jam on her feet. I think. I don't know. I think she gets sunburnt on her
She's
feet.
supposed to get
but-
sunburnt on her feet, yeah. But it looks far too orange. I thought it was like her orange sandals had dyed her feet or something, but turns out sunburn.
And yeah, but she has no difficulty walking.
Did you notice how
Yeah,
empty
but-
the beach was, by the way?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
been
we'll get,
private,
to, we'll,
wasn't
get,
it?
we'll get to the most empty scene.
Yeah,
very,
the
very
dancing is
shortly.
fine. I was just surprised at how empty this. It's a glorious day in Puerto Rico, and the beach is empty.
It's almost as if it's out of season.
Even so,
Hanging about in the gift shop.
her credit card bill is going to be huge.
She's head of HR for Connor.com, mate.
She's not anymore.
She was, so she's got money. She never did anything with it, did she? So, like,
That's true. But
She's
even
got
so,
all
she's
the
paid
money.
triple for this conference. She's had to buy her own hotel room and flights.
I think she's getting that hotel fee back at the way that the story goes.
well,
Yeah, I guess
then
so.
Fun Louis comes in and is like, oh, we're going to be working around the clock or something, or during the day now to get this finished in time. So her and Carter agree to go to San Juan
Go to Old Town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah.
for a day out. They have an ice cream cone. Well, they have a snow cone or a paraguas, which is Puerto Rican for snow cone. I looked
Oh,
up. Yeah, it's quite fun. It's like a nice little bit of history about it, but we won't go into that.
Okay.
He tells her about the horse murder.
Yeah. Tourist information stint for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
this is it.
Yeah, the guy
And then-
survived. Horse dies, so they built a church. Why
Mate,
not?
Makes sense. That's what I'd do.
I've written here she's constantly worried about the storm that's due to be arriving, and he's not asked
No.
because they don't even know if it's going to hit yet. I
Well,
think
then
it's
we
just to show that
cut
she's
from-
currently thinking about the wrong things negatively. She's thinking negatively rather than positively.
Yeah.
As you listen to three negative people talk.
We then cut directly from the Old Town to what appears to be a square in front of in front of an office building, where some people are just dressed in fancy dress, essentially Mexican outfits, wearing sombreros, playing
Yeah.
music to no one, to
They're just having
absolutely no one.
There's no
It's
one
just
there.
free rehearsal space, mate.
Yeah, I
You
actually,
see people walking in the background, going about their daily business.
No.
when there was no one there, I thought, oh well, they must be practicing. And then these two idiots start dancing in the middle of it.
Ugh.
Like
Like,
I said, on a
Tell them to
Saturday
go away.
afternoon in the
You're
middle
trying
of
to practice.
Manchester.
Just before this, though, we find out that he used to
Volunteers.
be. He's a volunteer. He digs wells and shit
He
around.
volunteers for UNICEF because it brings him joy.
Yeah, he
I've
used to.
got he cleans water.
He does work for the clean water bit of
Yeah.
UNICEF or something. He's basically a hippie then. But we find out later on that he used to be an air traffic controller.
Yeah, to which she says, so you must have travelled a lot.
That's
as an
not how air
controller,
traffic controllers are.
you
They're
tend to
pretty
sit still.
Famously have to stay exactly where they are with their eyes
It made me laugh.
at all times.
I don't think she understood what it was.
There's also a very strange bit in this where they've ADR'd it over the top and they've just got someone with a really deep voice to do her line. She just goes like, so what's that then? Yeah, it's just great. It's a good bit of fun.
It's probably the same guy with the hands at the very start.
Oh man, now thinking about it, there's a lot of meta Hallmark universe stuff in here, actually, now thinking about it. Yeah, they do the dancing, the dancing of the honkies.
With no one there. Yeah.
It made me hurt that, because at the end of it as well, she sort of stops and walks towards him like, right, end of that shot, and they didn't cut the shot fast enough.
You can almost see her going, that was a good scene.
This is
Oh,
basically
shit.
like when royalty dance with like indigenous people.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it looked
it's
like.
like
Yeah.
that, but worse, because they sort of have to. They did this by choice. They were like, this will be good in a film. And then we cut back to the hotel with what I assume is a great improvised line by Carter. I don't care if I never have to see another Chihuahua again.
Indeed.
Is that what he said?
Yes, that's the line as they walk in back into the hotel.
The end of that story, we will only have to guess what that story was about.
Where's the beginning of that story?
He was, well, after the horses ran out, they started throwing chihuahuas off the cliff.
A nice marble monument towards it. Just chihuahuas being
tiny
thrown.
ones.
Yeah. We get the fire now, don't we?
They go to bed and there's a fire.
The worst fake electrical thing.
She sprays her feet before she goes to bed.
I'm sure that's like after sun or whatever it might be.
I'm like, they're showing a lot of her feet in this film, and I don't like it.
Quentin Tarantino directed this.
They show her feet quite a bit.
We've had this before where they've shown. Was it the same? It may have been the same woman. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned about Tarantino possibly directing another film because they show a lot of feet.
Possibly, that sounds.
I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, it reminded me like this. Yeah, there's too much of it. I don't like it.
But if her feet were that bad, she wouldn't have been able to walk around all day.
This is what I said.
She wouldn't have been able to do Old Town, yeah, or especially dancing Business Square.
I can forgive the dancing for being so awkward then, because she was in pain.
she's in agony as her feet have burned.
The fire, and then there's a distinct lack of urgency of the people leaving the fire. They sort of just amble towards the exits.
It's literally a 5-minute Scooby-Doo scene where they're literally just running down corridors.
I think the same person runs past twice.
I'm amazed this hotel's even open because it's clearly a hazard.
Well, it's an electrical fire from an open electrical socket on the wall with just loose wires, which might be how they do things in Puerto Rico, but it wouldn't pass muster here. Wouldn't get your corgi certificate for that or whatever the electrical equivalent is.
She goes back for her purse. I thought that was going to be important, but it wasn't. It just means she's lost her wallet.
I thought she was going to try and go back for a purse and then
get caught. Well, this is where I thought they were going to get.
She then has no money.
This is where I thought they were going to get separated or something. And they didn't have each other's numbers, but no, she just goes back for a bag.
You made the fatal flaw of thinking that there were stakes in this movie. There are no stakes in this movie.
There is literally no risk, no reward at any point in this film.
So yeah, she's lost her wallet.
Louis does some great acting. I love Louis. Louis is the best thing in this film by a country mile. He's printed out everyone's name on a spreadsheet during the fire. He must have done.
Well, no, I can only assume that they had this pre-planned that there's going to be something goes wrong with this hotel. We'll relocate them somewhere.
Some people are going to other hotels. And
volunteered houses.
Carter is going to stay with Stella.
Stella, the crazy cat lady.
Who we find out is the crazy cat lady from earlier on. But due to her ticket being cancelled...
A reservation, because her reservation was cancelled.
She's not on this sheet.
She's not on the list, yeah.
And he's mistaken her entry for test fire alarms?
Something like that. It was a good bit. I liked it.
I thought that was comical, yeah. This is where I'd like to make a very big point.
Yep, she phones her mother, who's got Austrian hair.
She phones her mum and asks her to send her passport. Why? If you didn't need your passport to get into Puerto Rico because it's part of America and will soon, no doubt, become the 52nd state, 51's DC. 51 will be DC. They've already made that. 51's going to be DC. Yeah.
All right, let's not get into that.
But you don't need your passport to travel back.
Domestically, no.
Yes, but you need photo ID, and she's just lost her purse that had her driving license.
Had her driving license in there, or her work pass, or her permits, or whatever.
Aha!
She would. She would. It's just an easier way of.
Knows how much attention I was paying to this.
No, because I had a similar thing. Was like, well, if it's a domestic flight, you wouldn't need that. But she's just lost.
I did a full-on pause of the film. Googled, do you need your passport?
No, you do need photo ID.
No, but even to fly, say, from Manchester to Glasgow, you will need some form of ID at the gate.
Yeah, I knew that, but I should, because she didn't get into the thing.
Yeah, your passport, driving license.
Lost her driving license.
I'd already forgotten that she'd lost her wallet. It happened 30 seconds earlier.
Her mum accuses her of being in prison or being kidnapped. So her mum's not even bothered by what's happened. Oh, and she tells her mum at this point that she got sacked from Connor.com.
Yeah,
and her mum says she's a terrible disappointment to her and her dead father or whatever is going on.
No, father
left when she was 5.
Yeah. And I was just like, really, are we supposed to even like this character at all? There's no redeeming features at all.
Which one?
I did like that.
The mum,
yeah. Her mum clearly short-sighted because on the wall behind her was her shopping list in massive chalk letters. Courgette, Jeez, yeah, it was good. I like that. Because it's easy to take with you when you go shopping as well. A massive chalkboard with all your stuff on it.
I'm now very angry at myself that I didn't spot the fact that she lost her wallet.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
No, I'm
Stella
angry.
is the cat lady. We
I'd
find
like
out
to
she was
apologise to everyone.
an actress back in the day.
But it doesn't tell us. We just left to assume because there are posters with her picture on them. in the background.
Right now,
We get told later on that. Go on.
whoever did the props for those posters wants applauding because they're really good of the time
Yeah, they are
sort of
good.
posters.
I would imagine there might even be, because I didn't. She's too far down the cast list for even
Were they real?
get a mention in Craig Facts, but there might even be real ones.
Possibly, yeah. They looked like someone had done a bit of research on them, basically.
Did, you're right.
And Stella loves Frasier.
Yeah, I've got why learn about a dangerous hurricane possibly risking your life when Frasier's on the other channel.
Well,
I agree.
I hate
Good
Frasier.
call. No, not for Frasier necessarily. Just
This is where we get that really good graphic of
Channel News 7 weather report.
Channel News 7
Yeah.
weather report, where the hurricane spins in one way, and then when they reverse it, it just spins back the other way, as if they've only got a GIF of it.
Also, looking at some of the trivia facts for this, looking at the hurricane, it actually passes Puerto Rico without without hitting land.
Yep.
On this particular GIF.
So, I mean, you know,
Well, they may have caught it. She lives on the beach, does Stella Cat Lady. So he may have just caught the edge of it, because it was only there for less than 12 hours, the wind and rain, wasn't it, really?
But we then get to what is become a fast staple of Hallmark greatness. We get to the hammering scene.
Oh, yes.
Hammer! Before that, Stella does say it's God's fault that this is happening. She bangs on about God so much. It's God's will.
I put Stella's high as a kite, because
She loves it, yeah.
the way she was moving through life is just, it's brilliant.
Yes. Oh, there's also some good CGI birds in the sky when they're doing like lightning later on.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, there's some Birdemic style birds in the sky. Yeah, hammer use. Do you know how to use this? Yeah, it's not a nuclear trigger. All right,
Yeah,
smart
it's a
ass.
hammer.
It's a Hallmark film, and it's a Hallmark film, and you're a woman. So odds are you won't know how to use a hammer. One of the many weaknesses of women in the Hallmark universe.
But they're literally just hammering nails into propped up plywood. It's not nailing into anything. They're just banging nails into it.
You're supposed to nail them into the frame to keep the wood there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you notice what films that Stella was in at all?
I didn't make a note of them. Sorry, no.
No.
I think they were all called like Whoops, Mrs. Partridge and stuff.
Oh, she's in a lot of Spanish title filmed.
No, they were English title films.
I think they were purely made up.
Yeah.
One was called like In the Money or something, but I may be making that up. Yeah.
At this point, I've written in my notes, I can't see where the conflict is going to come between the two of them. You know what? I was right. There was no conflict.
There was a mild confusion.
No, there's just a incompatibility between them. That's all.
Well, there was not.
Well, initially, she's all about work and he's all about not work.
Living his life to the best that he can live it.
Yeah.
Cleaning
Also,
water for UNICEF.
She gets like a yellow like rain slicker and a hat, and he's just doing it in action trousers
t-shirt.
and a t-shirt. Yeah, which is nice of him. This is where we cut to the two flags on the beach: red square flags with black squares in the middle. Two of them means hurricane. One means bad weather.
I mean, if there's a hurricane, you don't need a flag to tell you. You've got to know.
You just look outside and go, "Oh, that cow's flying around." I don't know. It's the American maritime thing. That's the two flags you would have for hurricane warning. She serves her tea in a coffee pot, chamomile tea. She's obsessed with it. And then, why is this happening? Because they've nailed all the windows shut, and yet they're clearly sat next to an open window.
Yeah.
Open window where you can see outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told you they were literally just hammering pieces of wood outside.
As soon as they moved away from that wood, it fell over
One.
because it was not attached to anything. It's just rusty nails sticking out now.
At this point, I'm thinking, I thought, are we going to be stranded? Is this where the stranded is? We're going to be sat in this house for the rest of the film, and
We
we're
have
going
to
to be
eat each
safe as
other.
houses. Yeah, this is where the last half hour is going, and we get to sunrise and the storm's over.
Whilst they are hammering in nails into nothing, we do find out that, what's it called? Carter has an ex-wife who essentially told him he needs to chill
Follow
out.
his bliss.
Yeah. And life
Which he
begins
did
at the
do.
edge of the comfort zone. Oh, lovely.
While the hurricane is thinking, they've lit candles and little paraffin lamps inside.
Power's gone.
Power has gone, but somehow the record player still works. Stella's like, let's
She
have
has
a
a
dance.
wind-up record player. Yeah.
The music sounds like the music from the kids' TV show Picture Box. It's very, very thingy. But then as it progresses, it becomes more like the haunted school in Silent Hill. It's not dancey, sexy music. It's like, I'm going to murder you with a rusty bed frame.
Again, this is where Stella must be high, or she's just given up on life because
She's living life to the best now.
Tess is stressing about the thing. She goes, "Let's just dance, everyone."
Yeah, I think that's so she could push Carter and Tess together.
What? So she could watch?
I don't know. Oh, also, for some reason, that cat is still on a lead and tied up.
Was it?
In that front room, next to the record player. It had its leash on and it was lashed around the legs of the record player.
Panicking like crazy because there's a hurricane outside. It's just...
We've got a cat. We've not got a wrangler on set, so we have to just tie the bastard up.
All the candles melt into big puddles, which my wife pointed out. You should put some tin foil around the tops. Stops that happening. Fun tip there to make your candles last longer.
Fun candle tips.
Yep. And the next morning, Carter is cleaning up. There are 17 leaves on the patio, and one of the cushions has fallen off a bit. That's the
I feel like that cushion would be like soaking wet or something because it rained quite a lot.
No, it was it was under the porch. So
it's a hurricane. The wind is going to be going sideways.
Wind blew it over on the floor, and then the leaves landed on it to act like a shield, like a bivouac over the top of. He's putting the leaves in a bin, and again, they show her feet again because he's like, "Oh, you're never going to wear shoes again, are you?" And then there's another shot of her feet, and I'm like, "This filth for foot perverts."
Phil.
Yeah, but this is where they're like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go back home now."
I was like, "We've got half an hour left. You're not telling her that we're going to cut back to fucking Denver again, are we?" Lo and behold,
you missed the bit where they almost kiss.
Well, this is no. She's like,
in the storm, yeah.
And then just as they're about to kiss, the power comes back on, and she has a look of relief on her face.
Like, I don't have to kiss this guy.
Yeah, like I didn't want this to happen anyway. I was like, you can just walk away, Tess. Like, he's not going to chase you down with a palm frond.
Her first instinct is to check her emails.
She's got 5 whole emails from her ex-boss.
Yeah.
Oh, they found her wallet as well. Louise found her wallet.
Louise found it, sending it over.
Yeah.
In the fire. In the burned out husk that was
the police were there. The police.
The
fire police. What are they called? Fire brigade.
Fire brigade. They got control of that fire quite quickly. It was just a bit of smoke.
With the Apple computer with the logo covered up as well.
Always a quality sign.
Yeah. Well, they're not paying for that.
No, Christ.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff from Len, and there's also a lot of stuff from, was it Jack, whoever the guy that cancelled all the stuff?
Jack Johnson. Yeah.
Bowtie.
Jeff Jackson.
Yeah.
Jeff Jackson. There's a lot of stuff from him in there as well.
Probably apologising for cancelling all the stuff.
Well, we found out at this point that she tested so much more than what she got credit for.
Yes.
And that
Tested so much, the company is about to collapse.
Jeff Jackson, without her, they had nothing. Jeff Jackson can't do it. And
no one can.
Len is just doing potting in his boardroom, but he's got a board meeting in 2 weeks, and he needs that information at his fingertips that only Tess would know in HR.
Yeah.
Like what? Susan's allergic to mayonnaise. I don't know what that could possibly be.
She's also got an email from her mum. She's got her a standby ticket for a flight that night.
Yeah, it's
so no
today.
It
doesn't give you the date. It just says departure today, which you show up whenever you want, then, can't you?
It's an open-ended ticket, that one.
Yeah,
they're the best.
Yeah, he offers her. Oh, at this point, right when she gets back, she flies back, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Right, we don't see that. We see her arrive. Yeah. And at this
point,
Carter
wants her to stay.
Now. Oh, Carter wants her to stay.
Yeah, she goes back because she wants to find out what Len wants.
Len wants.
Because she's intrigued by his emails. Because in the email it doesn't say what he actually wants. She just says she's intrigued, and Carter says, "Please stay," because he's going to stick around to help rebuild.
Oh, because a tree comes through a window or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Carter's going to help Stella.
That cushion needs 2 people lift it back onto the swing chair.
Oh man, have you ever tried getting like couch cushions back onto the covers? It's an 8-man operation now. It's like, yeah. But at this point in the film, she's either been watching a lot of like The Rock in films or like SmackDown when he was on it, because her eyebrow keeps going up and down of its own volition, and I don't know why. She goes in, He sits down. She sits on the arm of the
Oh,
chair,
I've got that.
which is rude.
Why would you sit on the arm of the chair when there's a big couch there?
Nope. He offers her the role of vice deputy sub-assistant or something. I don't know.
Some form of promotion of some sorts.
Yeah.
To a job that she's never done because she's in HR and she was the head of HR.
But he then says, I didn't realise, and I'm prepared to admit that I was wrong.
Oh, yeah, he was quite good.
And he's like quite humble about it. And
Yeah,
it's not even like there's an arsehole turn there.
He said he fired her because of reports that were given, but she said a lot of the stuff that she did wasn't put in a report because she went directly to his dad.
Yeah, and then kept doing that with her eyebrow. Are you having a stroke? What's
So he's like, oh yeah, fair enough.
Her being laid off was a money-saving exercise. So not only have they put her into another position that's higher paying, that was vacant anyway, they weren't going to refill that.
Vice deputy sub-assistant,
vice president of sales. So yeah, they weren't going to refill that. So how many other people are getting downsized just to bring her back on?
Oh, probably Jeff, because he's a clown.
Jeff's an idiot.
Yeah, Jeff's got it. Yeah.
Well, they were going to hire an outside HR. I guess they're just going to get rid of that and put that into her job. While she's still here, you can still do the HR garbage. Yeah, she's still there.
I don't know.
Taking advantage of.
He takes her to... She's like, oh, yeah, okay, sweet, I'll do it, because this is what I've always wanted, to be promoted slightly higher than I was before. For the 15 years I've been here, after coming straight out of business school.
Business school?
It's just business.
But
man.
Here's the sweetener.
Go on.
Here's the sweetener. We're going to give you an office that overlooks the car park.
An office that looks directly out over another building. Tiny.
You can wave to that guy over there.
I want, if I've got a business school, if my teacher isn't iced tea, it's just business, I'd be very disappointed.
Business.
Yeah, and then she looks out. She looks out of the window, and then we get like 5 minutes of just clips from earlier in the film.
Yeah, we have to fill the time up. So we'll re-show some of the film.
Thank God. Should there be a reversal in her decision at this point, it is absolute nonsense. There is absolutely no way that she has indicated in any way that she does not want this dream job throughout the entire film. There has been completely unearned reversal.
This is it. In this 5 minute flashbacks of dancing, eating ice creams.
Whenever anyone's told her that she
nearly dying in a fire.
Whenever anyone's told her that she needs to chill out or she needs to enjoy life a bit more, she's never gone, you know what, you're right. Not at one point. So in my head, she was still gunning for this job.
No. Yeah, she's never like...
Yeah. She's never gone, actually, you're right. I suppose I should live life a bit better or whatever.
Yeah, you've never seen her put on like a flowery dress and run down the beach.
No. She danced.
Nothing. Not a thing.
About it.
She danced very awkwardly.
She had burnt feet.
She danced in Business Square.
She goes in to see Len and says, you can stick your job up your ass.
Stuff your job.
And Len goes, you don't even know how much you're going to get paid yet? And she goes, I don't care. What happened in Puerto Rico? Or something he says, doesn't it? And she was like, I've been close to the edge of a hurricane. And Len just goes, what?
Is that a euphemism?
Like, I mean, you're right, Len. She's speaking in riddles at this point. I wouldn't have her on. I'd go and get her urine tested if I was you. Because she's probably come back from Puerto Rico full of condoms, full of drugs.
She's been hanging out with Stella. They've been getting high every night.
Stella's magic tea.
The contact high from Stella. Chamomile tea.
And then, so...
but she goes, I'm not going to leave you up Slack Alley. Gets that random woman in that she fired at the start in a very ill-fitting black dress and goes, here's the job you wanted. It's like basically my job, but more of it. And you get loads of cash and stuff. And she's like, sweet.
If no one else knew what Tess did in terms of everything, how's she going to know?
She did say at the start, I thought you were grooming me to replace you when you get promoted.
All right, so she can do the HR side of it, but not all the new stuff.
She doesn't know. She doesn't have all the secret handshakes and all the rest of it that are vital information. The passwords to the spreadsheets.
Each one is a different mythological animal. She flies. She's like, I'm going back. And at this point, I've noticed that as the film has progressed, her hair has got bigger and bigger.
Humidity.
Like her hair is full of secrets.
She goes back to her mum's.
Brings her a plant. Her mum's like, why have you brought me plants? They die. And she's like, all right, fuck you then. I'll take it home. I was like, God, you're so ungrateful. Also, why are there so many random stairs in your house? This is like, you come in, you go down 2 stairs, you walk across a small bit, 2 stairs up again. Just level that out, mate. Also, put some carpets down. Why is everything tiled? You live in Denver. It's not warm, is it?
No, you're right. Her mum's, again, very much a dick to her.
Yeah.
But then has a very quick turnaround of, so tell me about Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Yet another
very quick one.
She pays her the money back.
Nice.
And she's like, you need to keep hold of that. Then takes it anyway. And I'm like, parents never ask for money back in my experience.
No.
They go and fold some towels. They laugh about Puerto Rico in a ha ha ha, big laugh, fake laugh.
Oh, there's a lot of fake laughing from Tess.
All the towels they folded up, they just bunch back up again. Waste of time.
Because they know they have to reshoot the scene.
We cut back to Stella,
Puerto Rico.
who is sitting with Carter on the stairs looking out over the sea. They say the word vagabond about 900 times.
So many times. Carter's homesick, even though he's not been home for many, many years, because he doesn't have a home to go to.
Because he is from Tulsa?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
But they do the classic, home is wherever your heart is, and that could be anywhere. Denver.
Even Denver.
Planes, trains, and automobiles, this is not. I'm not feeling sorry for this man. I'm not feeling sorry for this man who has no home.
And then Stella says, it's God's will that you do whatever. And I'm like, stop going on about God, Stella. He took your husband. You think you'd have a problem with him? Or her. The gas of God.
So I feel like that was the actress kept shoving that in. They weren't written.
Hallmarking it, you've got to
Yeah, you've got to have a certain.
Not necessarily Hallmark
quota.
Yeah, I know. They tend to put like God in just as a general God is good sort of thing. Not like Hammer, the first Hammer film where it was all God. This is just like God. God light with adverts. She flies back. Tess flies back. And
I get the worst thing possible. This kind of thing annoys me.
I know how you hate problems at the gate.
At the airport.
He walks into the departures area while she's walking out of.
But they would have seen each other because she walks in from this side and he comes in from this side. Their paths would literally have crossed.
Yeah, it didn't.
But he's going through the metal detector. Takes his shoes off. Takes his phone off. Doesn't take his watch off, which is what's setting the freaking thing off. And Louis is there. Louis says, like, after this week, I need a holiday. And guess where he's going? He's going to Dollywood.
Dollywood, isn't he?
Yeah. Everyone likes Senora Parton. Yeah. And I was like, good on you, Louis.
Getting away so that he doesn't have to pay all those people for the hotel rooms.
All that asbestos that's come out.
He did see. He spotted Tess outside.
He went, when he arrived with his little hat on. I love Louis. He was the best thing in this. I feel bad for him at the end because he doesn't even get to go on holiday.
No, he comes back. Well, no, he could have done.
No, he couldn't because he had to get that fucking band.
Yeah, it was at the airport.
Yeah, he was at the airport ready to go.
He explains to Carter that Tess is here. Tess is here. You've just missed her.
So Carter buggers off and leaves all his possessions
over that
behind.
security rope. And if that was America, I'm sorry, he'd be shot at that point.
But he also left.
Yeah, tackled.
He left his shoes and his passport and everything else that he'd taken off to get through the.
There's a lot of shoes and stuff getting left behind.
He just left it.
Yeah, we don't see his feet though, do we? No, just women's.
Well, don't worry. It's broad daylight. We now smash.
It clearly took him about 6 hours to get back to her.
She arrives at Stella's house and is like, I took a leap of faith. And Stella's like, oh, typical. He's just gone.
Yeah, classic.
So instead of going, maybe I'll go to the airport and catch him, or I could phone him, maybe. Because that's always an option in the present day. She just goes, I'm just going to go and stare out to sea then. Like a,
go bother some turtles.
A sailor's
on the beach.
widow, yeah. Someday, yeah. She stands there. He appears and he's like, "Hello, Denver." She's not even her name. It's Tess.
He's called her Denver throughout.
I know. It annoys me though because he clearly knows what her name is. It's not cute.
No, it's quite rude.
Then they have a kiss. And then
all of a sudden there's a band.
It was his cousin, yeah.
They're Louis' cousins, the Barefoot Brigadiers or whatever they were called.
Why are they there?
That's why Louis didn't go to Dollywood. He was like, "Hello, cousin. This is your cousin, Louis Marvin. I need your hot bongo skills." And they're like, "We only know one song." And he's like, "It's fine, nobody cares."
Play the same
song. There you go down there. They do kissing. Louis does some very awkward dancing with Stella, who I don't think was told that she was going to be dancing in this.
And that's it. End.
And that's it.
I was amazed. That's how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, there's going to be something. Oh, no, it's like 2 years later, or they're living on the beach in Puerto Rico, but no.
Nope.
End.
I think they just live with Stella now.
Oh, good. She adopted them. That's lovely.
Or they travel around the world purifying water using only their minds.
Hey, breaking legs. This isn't. We don't need.
Can you imagine this? Tess unfortunately developed breast cancer, and it was like, "What? Jesus Christ!"
She overcame that, but then got a brain tumor and died.
Yeah. All right, keep it light.
Ratings out of 10 for this film.
An even 5 for me.
Even 5. I gave it a 6.4 based on the other also ran films that I've previously given.
Fair enough. I gave it a 5.9.
Yeah, like I said, it was a film.
It's average, innit?
It was fine. It made me laugh once. That earned it 2 points automatically. There were some pretty views, another 2. And
I think I ended up giving it slightly higher purely because I quite liked the beachside views that you got.
Well, that's why Love on Safari did so well, because it was
pretty.
mostly views of giraffes.
Yeah.
That you think you could take in a fight.
I'll be honest with you. The guy in the main role, I thought he was quite
He's a proper actor,
unlike
though, isn't he?
Proper actor, yeah. Unlike the other sort of hunky male leads we've had, this one actually had a slight inkling of charisma to him, so it made him a pleasure to watch. It was a shame that it was sort of negatived out by Vanessa's cardboard.
Shall we lead into it then?
Greg Facts! Greg Facts.
Beautiful. Greg Facts for this week, of course, starring Vanessa Marcil, as we've mentioned many times, star of The Convenient Groom, and we have mentioned the film she has been in before, or some of them anyway, because I believe we mentioned that she was in The Rock last time. She is Nicolas Cage's girlfriend in that film. We do get to see her have pretend sex with Nicolas Cage.
Do we see her feet a lot?
Woo!
I thought it was Rosie Perez, but it's not. I don't think you do see her film because it's not Quentin Tarantino or whichever pervert directed this.
So instead, I've gone for some of her more recent films. I can't confirm what they are, but they all sound like softcore pornography. So here we go. Number 1, Nice Guys Sleep Alone.
True, we do.
Number 2, Bad Tutor.
That's going to be a rip-off, isn't it? Yeah.
Bad Teacher, yeah. And number 3, My Stepfather's
Alright, yeah,
Secret.
these are questionable.
Nope, don't like that.
In the role of Carter, we had James Denton. As mentioned, he was Mike throughout the entire run of Desperate Housewives. That was Terry Hatcher's love interest in that show. He was also the star of Karaoke Man, which appears to be some sort of superhero, low-budget
hero. He sings
terrible.
Or he makes words appear and then he throws them at you, like a karaoke screen would. I don't know. I'm trying to think outside the box.
He just walked around with a backing track constantly.
Riding on the bars.
And also, possibly for future After Hours podcast here, he's the star of Undead or Alive, a zombie.
Okay.
That sounds really terrible. This film was directed by Bert Kish, who is Bert Kish, Kish.
Like how Sean Connery would say kiss.
Director of Snow Bride, which I'm guessing is a Hallmark Christmas movie. 1-800 Missing, which could be a low-budget
I reckon that's
film.
a Taken kind of garbage, yeah.
But it's a free phone number.
And 1-800 Missing. And also director of The Haunting of Sorority Row, which sounds like something you'd find after scrolling through Amazon about
that's up there with
minutes.
I don't know. I quite like the sound of those as well, to be honest.
There we go. And because, as usual, we're struggling with Craig Facts at the moment, I've decided to introduce a new part to Craig Facts this week. This is Dove.org Facts.
Oh la la! Is this the...
For those that aren't aware, Dove.org is, and I'll read the description off the website, Dove reviews are based on Christian values, and we want to serve all families and individuals who love great entertainment, but also want to spend their time and money on God-glorifying storytelling. They review every film that comes out. There's over 10,000 reviews on their website.
Really?
And I will do the ratings that Dove gives and the reasons for that rating. So for this film, under sex, it gets 1 out of 5, and that's based on couples kissing.
Yeah, but that's allowed, surely. They're not married, so like God can't be that angry.
Wait, it gives it 1 out of 5 in terms of how good the kissing was, or how little it was?
How raunchy
I'm confused.
Yeah, like
How
one
raunchy
is kissing near the beach, 5 is full penetration.
Right, okay. So we're not judging the actual kissing;
Yeah,
it's judging
for an
how
example,
frequent it is.
How graphic
Okay.
it is. It's not. They're not judging the kiss. It's not a kissing contest. Although I'd like to know what the puppy kissing booth in Tinker got.
For language, we get 1 out of 5, and that's because God is used in reverence.
Surely that should be a 5 then. That's a good thing.
I think it's bad language
Oh,
that they're
okay,
trying to rate it out of. Violence gets 1 out of 5 because there's a hurricane.
That's
What?
God doing it though.
But we didn't even really see the hurricane.
make the
It's not like we
rules.
saw things breaking and smashing.
Duff.org need to sort out their flowcharts because this is very confusing.
I can understand the violence if we saw things smashing up, or as you say, cows flying away. But there's no. We didn't really get it by
No, just the mention of a hurricane,
And-
just
and
a
17
bad dip
leaves on a
screen
porch.
gets it 1 out of 5. For nudity, we get 1
but
out
all
of
the
5.
feet.
So many naked feet.
Mild,
For what? What?
for mild cleavage and people in
There was no
swimsuits.
cleavage, was there? She never took off the suit hardly.
It was very mild.
Oh, when they went to the horse murder, she was like pushed right up
She went-
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, shit. There we go. And under other, and take from that what you will, it gets a 1 out of 5 for being fired from a job.
So never get fired, otherwise Jesus hates you. Is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, and this has been all age Dove approved.
Oh, great!
Yay.
I'm gonna show it my 5-year-old nephew. Then I'm sure he'll love it. He won't say, "Can we watch Finding
So,
Nemo again?" No.
Look forward to what Dove thinks of future films. I can tell you, I looked at the Deadpool review, and that was an eye opener.
Oh, are we
We're
going to
never
watch Deadpool?
No, we're never gonna watch Deadpool. I'm kind of gutted.
This ends-
Technically, we could do, I think.
Yeah.
That Deadpool that they redid, the Christmas one.
What the Once Upon a
Did that not
Deadpool?
go,
We could do that at
Is that
Christmas.
not straight,
When they took
technically
on-
straight to...
Do we not have enough
Sorry.
Christmas films that we'll need to tackle in the month of December?
Oh, watch
no,
Deadpool.
we're doing half Christmas, aren't we?
Are we doing
Doing
Christmas
the month
in-
of June. I thought we were going to do
Christmas in
half
July?
Christmas, just because there's that many Christmas
I'm all
films.
in for that, yeah. We need to start taking them
My
off.
one thing I will say
Always.
is the Russ Howard III, the composer, also did the theme music for Hobo with a Shotgun,
Oh, that's
which is
fun.
a pretty weird one.
I'm sorry.
But everything else he's done,
Hobo with the shotgun.
Hobo with a Shotgun, it's like a exploitation film,
Okay.
like a play on an exploitation
Yeah,
film.
remember when Tarantino did those Grindhouse films and they made a lot of fake trailers for the start of them, and then all of a sudden everyone thought, oh, they'll be great to make into full films like Machete and Hobo with a Shotgun. They weren't a good idea. Nobody watched.
Machete's all right, but yeah. I'm going to say, we're talking about
so-
it. Do you remember that bit in Bend It Like Beckham?
That ends Craig Facts for another week.
Those reviews.
Right. So,
Every week.
again, a very similar thing of overwhelmingly positive and very, very negative. Anthony,
Yeah.
one of the first ones that I did point out that I thought you would know was seriously ? By Morama, some numbers. Did she seriously have to call her mum for a passport? If it was filmed in Puerto Rico, you should know better. Harsh, but also accurate.
Well, I know
Actual
that
bad
was
reviews. Dancing in the Street by Moonheart24. How is it that Tess has sunburned feet, yet she can go sightseeing and dancing without any pain? I don't think so. Beautiful location for a Hallmark love story by Maggie 122430. They're not her measurements. Sorry. It may have been. There are some minor.
Is that a religious passage from the Bible or something?
No. I think it's just random numbers. Like on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
They're usually first name, bunch of numbers.
Yeah. She was the...
But also, I watched a documentary thing about Miss World, and they used to come out and go, "This is Miss Sweden, 32, 70," and they give the
What Soccer AM used to do on her Saturday morning. You never
I
watched
can-
Soccer
I
AM.
watch sports programs. I used to watch Pearl Diving. I like that. Or that lady would just fall off a diving board.
Yeah.
That made me laugh every week. It may be that there's some minor story inconsistencies, like dancing in the street with apparently sunburned feet. People won't let that go. However, that is such a small and insignificant thing, it borders on nitpicking at a delightful movie. There are other bigger plot holes. The storylines are well done and characters are enjoyable. The development of the characters into their new environment is nicely done. No, it isn't.
No.
Nobody learns anything.
No.
One
It's a holiday.
character is free-spirited and the other a corporate stiff. And soon discover
Is he free-spirited?
he still works for a massive multinational organisation. Just because he wears a
I think
linen
he's
shirt
supposed
doesn't make him frigging Christ.
I think he's supposed to be free-spirited, but that does not come across at
No.
all.
And they both soon discover letting go and taking chances to enjoy life is not so bad. Probably because they're both quite near death. Some advice we can all do a little more of in our lives. Beautiful location and a nice, clean movie.
All right.
Enjoy it
There we go.
every time it shows on the Hallmark channel. So you have to watch it every time it comes on, like The Fifth Element.
Was it ever explained why he was in Puerto Rico? Was he there for that?
He gave a talk, didn't he?
He gave a talk. He was very environmentally conscious,
Okay.
so he flew like first class out to Puerto Rico to give a 10-minute talk on clean water.
Could have just done it over Zoom, that mate. And
Yeah, zoomed it.
and finally, this Red Blaski 11 with the title Horrible Message, which rings very true to me. So she gets everything she wanted in her career, but being a successful woman doesn't make her happy. She throws everything she's worked for away because the thing that fulfills her is a man she's just met. Really? You can keep this misogynistic drivel, Hallmark. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Red Blaze Sky is correct in that.
Yes,
I
100%
agree.
correct on
16
this
years at Connor.com, as well as however long at business school with Ice-T. She throws all that away for a man who wears action trousers. Not ironically.
one. Yep. Homeless man who wears action
Yeah,
trousers.
gonad, or whatever they kept referring to him as. Vagabond. It was either people hated it or people loved it. There's no middle ground.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of these Hallmark films in that case. You've got the Die-Hard Hallmarkers, or whatever they're called.
Hallmarkies.
Hallmarkies.
And then the realistic people who watch these films.
We tend to hit
I know.
these middle of the road most of the time.
I said I can appreciate them for what they are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting, Schindler's List. But
Never seen it.
no. There's a bit in it where someone's mum thinks they're lesbians about playing football. Yeah.
In conclusion, that was Stranded in
Yes.
Paradise.
It certainly was.
Find us on Facebook, search Hallmark of Greatness, Twitter at Hallmark of Great, Instagram at Hallmark of Greatness, or email us. Give us some recommendations, please. hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. Have you anything further to add, either of you?
I don't care if I never see another Chihuahua again.
Good night! Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week.